welcome to Quackalope. Thank you for being here. Today we're bringing you an unboxing of Wonderlands War.
Wonderlands War.
From Druid City Games.
It is gorgeous and I'm ready to do it. Let's do it.
Here's the thing. Like most of our unboxing videos, or all of our unboxing videos, we know enough about this game to talk to you about it as we pull it out, giving you all the crunchy details and the visual candy to go along.
Oh my gosh, that was a big
with an
box
unboxing
pool.
video. So the cool thing about Wonderlands War is this is going to be an area control bag building game.
It's
a
delightful.
Hybrid that not a lot of people have explored, and this is, this is a massive game with a reasonably sized rulebook. It's just very girthy.
It is a big rule book.
Where once there were joking and frivolity, now there is just anger. The Tea Party is entirely sane. The Red Queen speaks whispers, the Jabberwock has escaped the poem, and Alice returns to find Wonderland a pale shadow of its former self. Each leader takes up arms to restore the Wonderland they loved. Some fight for eternal tea parties, some for the sake of fighting, others wish to remove all heads, and one wishes for nothing more than to return to a perfectly illogical Wonderland that was.
And what you're seeing me mess with right now, Jesse, is actually the Deluxe chips.
So sorry.
I can't deal with you right now. These are the Deluxe chips for the games. Underneath all of this is the cardboard.
So
You're
sorry.
genuinely stressing me out.
I'll
Just
get it.
genuinely
Don't worry
stressing
about
me
it.
out, man.
I got it. Don't you worry about it. Just get all these together.
These are typically cardboard tokens, and these are what you're going to be putting into your bag, but as this is the Deluxe version, all of these are very nice, satisfying plastic pieces with much heavier duty velvet lined, draw bags, much bigger. So you're gonna have all of these tokens that go into the bag during the bag building process, and it's just gonna be so much more satisfying than grabbing a piece of cardboard.
These are really nice. Now, there was a separate box that came with these. If you get a standard edition of Wonderlands War, this will not be included in your box, but they're lovely. You can just see how thick, girthy, and substantial they are. All right, so let's set these off to the side, and...
You put them in different ones.
Which ones?
How? You are chaos incarnate.
I just want to touch the chips.
Okay.
Just want to.
This is a bag building game and area control based, where what you do is you have, 2 to 5 players, and you go around and you draft cards during the tea phase. And when you're drafting, the whole purpose is to build your bag. You start with basic chips from your faction, and then you can upgrade them based off of other stuff. But as you can see right here, all of these are special castles specific to each player, and your goal in the area control is to use your bag and draw out certain powers and number strength values of your chips to control areas on the map. And as you do, if you're the winner, you place your castles down, and your castles are going to give you victory points at the end of the game, and they count as strength if you ever return to fight in the same location.
Absolutely lovely. If you're a fan of Alice in Wonderland, these are some of the nicest
Wonderland minis
Wonderland style minis I've ever seen. We have all the different characters and creatures that you'd want to expect. I've seen some people who've
Take a look at all those miniatures. They're not being covered at all right now.
This is massive. So here's the cool thing about this board. It's all integrated into one. You have the tea party here where you're going to be collecting and getting chips and cards. Those will be mixed into your bag that you'll be drawing out to establish control around the board. These are going to be the different regions where you'll put down your fortresses and engage in battle. Now, each one of these chips are going to have special powers and abilities. As you draw them out, you'll kind of be pressing your luck. Do you get extra strength? Do you get a special action or get to react to other people more efficiently? Or do you just kind of crumble and fall? And when do you do that drawing line? Because you'll continue going back and forth fighting for control of Tuggly Woods or the Meadows of Living Flowers. Now, one of the cool things about this, and something that I can take partial credit for.
Ooh.
We worked on the prototype copy of this, and one of the pieces of feedback we had originally with the prototype was that competition during other people's turns was sort of slow.
Yeah.
Like, I sat here and watched you all fight.
Yes.
And I wasn't incentivized to be a part of it at all. Well, they introduced a little bit of a bidding.
The bidding mechanic.
A betting mechanic. And that came directly from Derek Funkhauser and myself pushing back and being like, what would be good to go here? And I advocated
You want
hard.
other players to be invested in what's happening, even if they are not the primary combatants.
I advocated super hard for the betting mechanic to be kept in the game.
Yeah.
And I think it really does a great job at keeping you just a little bit interested in everything that's happening.
And when I play tested this, I gave a lot of feedback as well. And I said primarily I think the thing that it's missing is you want to have like very sumptuous and appealing food on the table. They had cookies, but they just didn't have cupcakes or even the larger tiered cake here. And I said that if you're gonna have a tea party, you really want the food that other people are gonna want to attend the tea party.
Originally it was like a rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, they kind of had the rotisserie
like
chicken. And they had a few like bowls of
this plate
farro.
originally. This one here originally had Brussels sprouts instead of like a flour.
But I'll give them credit. It was at least the kind of like charbroiled and sriracha honey glazed Brussels sprouts. But it's not really what I think of when I think of a tea party.
Yeah, that's fair. And so they actually redefined the board just for you.
Yes.
All jokes aside, Manny Tremblay, who did the artwork for this game, is absolutely just mind-blowing when it comes to like the visual and graphic interest. I have to imagine he was a fan of this IP because he just painted it with love.
Oh, it's bonkers looking. I absolutely adore it.
So in here, in this box, we still have a few more trays to go down, and I'm glad they gave us these side slits.
It's really smart, actually. I didn't know what they were until he did that.
So
didn't know what they were.
Really?
Nope, I wasn't.
Get your finger dongles in there.
I wasn't that smart to figure that out.
They do two things. They create a vacuum so it's not as hard to get the box lid off when you're opening it, so you don't have the air pressure.
Yeah.
And you get your finger dongles in there.
See, I thought it was more of just like, I thought it was kind of like so you could
No, that's
play.
not how. Definitely not that. It's not, where did this come from?
Huh? That one fell out. I'm assuming when someone crazily spread them out all over.
So down here on the bottom of your box, you'll probably have your punch boards. Now we've left ours because we actually don't need
any of this. We took out what we had to have.
The punch board is nice. It's probably average thickness for a board game.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit nicer than average.
I would scale.
With the caveat that I hate drawing chits from the bag, and I would immediately seek the deluxified components over the cardboard every day of the week.
I would say that like on a scale of paper to MDF plywood, it's probably like a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then here, we are looking at
all of the faction stuff under here.
Quick reference sheet and all of the different characters. So the cool thing about this is every character is going to have their own proficiencies and their own like special abilities and powers. And everyone has 2 different versions, one on the front, one on the back.
Yeah.
We have the Mad Hatter, we have Alice, we have the Queen of Hearts, we have the Jabberwocky. 'Twas brillig in the
Jabberwocky, I love his miniature.
Did guile and gimble in the wabe, or mimsy with the burrow groves, and the mumbrass out the grabe. And hast thou slain
You
the
are the
Jabberwock?
Jabberwocky. That fits you so well. You are that. That's who you are in life.
Kaleo Frabjus Day.
You monster. You absolute monster. You are the Jabberwocky. And as you can see under here,
and the Cheshire Cat.
In the retail version of the game, you will have standard, just color differentiated pieces. But in this deluxe version, you have custom wooden meeples. Custom wooden meeples. Custom wooden meeples. And they are specific to the faction that you have. So you have, the Red Guard for the Queen. You have teapots for the Mad Hatter.
Tiny little adorable kittens.
And I have now done one of the worst things, which is where you almost lock them away by having them fall sideways.
Perfect.
So these are the cards in the game that go out. There's 3 different Tea Party phases, and the cards start to escalate in strength value and chip accumulation. And so that will progress, and you will get stronger and stronger and stronger cards. These are the wager cards.
Bidding and betting cards.
So your wager cards here are going to be given out to you, and they're going to have the other people on them. And then say the Mad Hatter and the Red Queen are fighting. If you as the Jabberwocky are not in that fight, you can say, you know what? I think the Mad Hatter is going to win. If you're right, you get a weak chip of any type that you want. And if you're wrong, if the Red Queen wins and you bet against her, you actually gain a shard, which is negative value and also a way to accrue madness chips in the game, which is the primary engine of how you bust when you pull stuff out of your bag.
You're just a little bit invested, and I like that bit of investment.
Yeah.
We have these cards here. These cards are going to be the different regions where you can seek out special quests that you're going to be doing. You can see the artwork on the top denotes, along with the title, of course, denotes what region this is going to be in. And then these are just objectives that you're trying to go for.
And these give you 2 layers of objectives. They give you immediate feats that you want to go for, and they give you end game statuses that you want to fulfill. And if you're able to complete both on it, you get bonus points.
And then finally,
this is probably one of the coolest parts of the games. These describe the ability.
Oh, I thought you were talking just about the flamingos.
Oh, just about the flamingos?
Wes.
Where are the flamingos real quick?
I got your mingos, boo.
Yeah, there we go. So anyways, these are the cards. And what they do is they give you an A, B, C, and D value for that particular type of chip. And what that means is you can do all A in a game, all B in a game, all C in a game, all D in a game, or you can combine it in whatever way you want to make the chips have your own customized experience of what they do, the kind of game that they may create or push. So this alone, in addition to the small amount of asymmetry where you have each of the people have a different side in terms of the powers that they bring to the table, if you combine that with the the variable powers of the chips that you can recruit and build into your bag, you get so many different game state possibilities for how this experience goes down. Do I need to go get those flamingos?
No, that's going to be an unboxing and showcase of Wonderland's work. Now, we've actually both played this before.
Yes.
I was skeptical as to the reception this would have because it's such a weird hybrid of chit bag building and area control-ish, right? And from what I've seen, not only was the promise that was in the prototype fulfilled, but also it was developed in a way that brought it to like the forefront of what it could be.
Yeah.
People are loving this game. I am so excited to dive into this, so excited to play it again. I'm super, super, super happy to have it in hand.
I am also super, super, super happy.
Yeah. So, that is Wonderland's War.
Thanks for being here, guys. But hey, remember to do the important thing. Get out there and play some games.
We'll see you next time. Bye.